So you want to read some books this year and you want to improve your life, but you have no idea where to start. With millions of books available, how do you have any idea which ones are best and avoid the disappointment of peeling back the pages on a book that you've been recommended or wanted to read for a while and just being disappointed? I can personally relate. I've read hundreds of books over the years. Some of them have delivered and massively impacted me. Others have fallen short and been a waste of my time. My entire reason for starting my YouTube channel is to share everything that I've learned over the years of improving myself and to share them with all of you in the most impactful piece of content that I possibly can. And I've got 5 books here that have completely changed and impacted my life, my business, and left me for the better. I'm excited to share a little bit of each of these with all of you, and I'll link to each of them in the description down below. If you feel like this video delivers on my promise of helping you grow your health, wealth, or personal life, definitely make sure to subscribe to the channel. That's what my channel is all about. Books are the biggest hacks that we can find anywhere. I mean, really think about it for a second. They're written by people that knew so much about a topic that they decided to sit down and write hundreds of pages about that specific topic, sharing everything that they've researched and everything that they've learned. There's years, if not decades, put into the pages of every book on this list, and you can go to any bookstore in America and pick them up for between $10 to $20 brand new. They're peer reviewed by editors who cherry pick the very best books to be published by their publisher. Oftentimes in these books, there's more information and more value than $1,000 courses that you can buy today. So I set about the impossible task of distilling this down to just 5 books that I think will have a massive impact on your life if you read them. And because it was so difficult to decide my 5 favorite books, I broke it down into 5 key categories and picked one for each. So because these books are chosen to help you improve or change your life this year, the topics are focused on improving. So topic 1 is improving your wealth. Topic 2 is improving your relationships or your network. Topic 3 is improving your mindset. Topic 4 is improving your health. And topic 5 is improving your personal life or your personal development. So let's get into the books. So the first book on my list here is Napoleon Hill's amazing book, Think and Grow Rich. So Napoleon Hill was one of the OG self-help, or one of the first writers in the personal development genre. This book was originally published in 1937, and it's been one of the most prolific and best-selling self-help or self-improvement books of all time. It was originally written during the Great Depression and helped a ton of people during that time period. The book was actually one of the first personal development books that I ever read, and it really set me down the journey of improving my life. The concepts that it teaches are really the building blocks of everything that I've been able to achieve, from being somebody who could barely wake up before 11 a.m. in college to now being a 7-figure entrepreneur. So something that I personally found fascinating about Think and Grow Rich is the fact that it doesn't actually teach you anything terribly tactical about making more money. Instead, it focuses on tactics related to personal development that in turn will help you make more money and increase your income. So in short, if you want to increase your wealth, you need to first increase the value and the type of person that you bring to the world each and every day, and then the money will follow. There's a really great quote in the book that reads, "Money is like a shy and elusive lover. When you go after it directly, it eludes you. But if you turn your attention to other things, it comes and sits softly on your shoulder." This does a great job of summarizing the general point that I'm making, that if you want to generate more money and you want to attract more wealth into your life, you need to first focus on bettering yourself, and that money will find its way to you. The first thing that the book really emphasizes is the power of thought. Our thoughts control our reality, and they control our destiny. If we think positively and we visualize success, we have the ability to manifest that into reality. He also stresses the importance of persistence. It's not enough to just simply dream about being better. We need to persist, and we need to take action every day on being better. If we manifest and visualize our goals and work towards them on a persistent basis, we are sure to achieve them. He also does a great job of also talking about mastermind groups and growing our networks. And a lot of people believe when they start down the self-help journey that they're all on their own. But the reality is our friends, our family, our networks want us to win. If we ask them for help, if we bring them up along with us, everyone wins, and we're going to be a lot better for it. The second book on my list, and the one focused on improving relationships, is Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People. So it says it right there, the only book you need to lead you to success. But for some reason, I put off reading this book forever. I don't know if it was the title, How to Win Friends and Influence People, that I just didn't like. It felt like manipulative or something, but I absolutely love this book, and I finally read it in the last couple years. And it basically taught me everything that I needed to know about building relationships and managing people. So this book basically taught me that everything that I thought I knew about management and leading people and building relationships was completely wrong. The first concept that really hit home for me is the fact that he talks about focusing on other people's interests. If you really want to build a network and be the person that everybody likes to be around, you need to make your life about them and serving others. By doing so, we actually build more goodwill and more good karma that ends up coming our way in the future. I'm sure a lot of you probably have a friend or somebody in your network that just seems to be magnetic. Think about what they do. Do they talk about themselves the whole time? Do they tell you about their day? Or do they lean in and make the conversation about you? Do they ask how you're doing? Do they show show interest in your interests. Topics like that make up almost this entire book. He does an amazing job of citing people like Abraham Lincoln and other amazing leaders from our past with stories that really drive his point home. Dale Carnegie was also from a very similar area to Napoleon Hill, born shortly after him and writing during a similar time. I love reading these books because they both have such amazing stories from classic tales and classic leaders from all over the world. And I think it's because of that some of the points that each of them make in both of these books are completely timeless. It makes complete sense that both of these have been some of the best-selling, most widely recognized self-improvement books of all time. So next up on the list is Improving Our Mindset, and for that I have chosen The Daily Stoic by Ryan Holiday. Now, it's incredibly difficult to pick just one of Ryan Holiday's books. I honestly would encourage you to read all of them, but Ryan Holiday is a contemporary writer still publishing books today who has completely revived the Stoicism mindset and made it really easy for anyone to understand. The Daily Stoic is essentially a book of meditations that you can read each and every morning or at any point during your day that really just help set your intention and reset your mindset to be calm, cool, collected, and ready to perform at your highest level. He heavily studies the Stoics, who were Greek philosophers in ancient Greece during the 3rd century BC and were quite influential through the entire Roman Empire. I don't pretend to know everything about them, but every book from Ryan Holiday has really done a great job of taking the teachings from folks like Marcus Aurelius and putting their teachings into context for contemporary stories. They're incredibly relatable, and I enjoy actually having this book just on my desk so that I can read it throughout the day, especially if I have like a stressful day or client meeting, or I'm having trouble with a team member who's leading to some frustration. I read one of the meditations from the book and it always puts me in a good spot. A couple key focus areas from the book are focusing what's in your control, practicing self-discipline, and cultivating gratitude. And I think that those are all things that can benefit each of us in our self-development and self-improvement journeys. So the next book on my list is Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. So this book is just a great book when it comes to improving your health. I like to joke that David Goggins made me run an ultra marathon because after reading this book, I actually signed up for an ultra marathon and ran one. I remember I was sitting at a campsite in Flagstaff, Arizona with my fiance and our 2 dogs in a day in late fall, just having a great time, relaxing, and I decided to start reading this book. And I remember by the end of that trip, I had this compulsion to run an ultra marathon or just do something insane, and I ended up actually doing it. In addition to being about health, this book is really all about mental toughness. If you're not familiar with David Goggins, he's a retired Navy SEAL and motivational speaker, and he's one of the hardest men of all time. Follow him on social media and you'll immediately be motivated and just compelled to do better. I can absolutely say that when it comes to my physical fitness and my physical wellness, David Goggins has had a massive impact on me, and this book was a big part of that. Now, while I haven't really decided to run any other ultra marathons since, so many quotes from this book just live in my mind and motivate me each and every day to be better with my physical life, to be better when it comes to my self-discipline, and to really just embrace discomfort. Improving ourselves physically, mentally, and emotionally really isn't something that is supposed to be easy. It's supposed to be work. And David Goggins really does an amazing job of giving us quips and an understanding of what it really means to do that work and benefit from it. So my last topic is improving in your personal life and your own personal development. And for that book, I have chosen James Clear's amazing book, Atomic Habits. I'm starting to feel like my channel is an Atomic Habits YouTube channel because I tend to reference this book in every video that's on this channel, but I really can't recommend it highly enough. This book is kind of the icing of the cake of the list of books here, because really if you learn to make effective habits and you learn to create routines in your life, you'll be even more successful at implementing the teachings from these books. These books will do nothing for you if you don't read them and take action and implement them in your life, and Atomic Habits does a really good job of explaining the benefit of starting small and being consistent over time. When we do that and we do the things each day and they become our habits, they then become our identity. And since we're here talking about improving our lives this year, developing a new and better identity than the one that we have today is what this whole video is all about. I could go on and on about this book all day, every day, but what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to throw up a video with my 10 favorite quotes and my 10 favorite lessons from James Clear's Atomic Habits. I went super deep into my personal journey after reading Atomic Habits, from quitting drinking alcohol, moving across the country, and more than tripling the revenue of the business that I run with my business partner Derek. Be sure to check out that video. And don't forget, before you leave, if you're into health, wealth, or personal development, make sure you drop a subscribe to my channel. That's what we talk about here all day, every day, and I've got some really awesome videos I think you all are going to enjoy coming in the near future.